see me now, Harsh?
Hmm. Now I can see you.
All right, so we can start now. I can't wait because I don't know, anything can happen.
Things can happen. You should manage. You have to manage. Sorry. Yeah.
Indeed,
Start.
we have to. So, hi, Hertz. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, Sophie. And thank you for inviting me in your podcast. And I'm feeling great to got this opportunity.
Well, this is not a podcast, it's just general conversation. We will be sharing our, we will be exchanging our ideas, and that's all. Yeah, it's all about English learning, and whatever we have learned so far, we will share with each other. That's all. So,
Yeah.
can you introduce yourself as you have come on my channel for the first time? And it is going to be the first conversational kind of videos on my channel. So please introduce yourself
Okay.
a little bit.
Well, my
Yeah.
name is Harsh Kumar Raj, and I belong from Dhanbad, Jharkhand. And I have done my graduation from Dhanbad itself. And currently, I'm preparing for serious examination. And when it comes to how I met with you, so by some online application, we got connected, and still we are in touch. That's it.
Yeah. I remember we had connected through Joe Stocks, right? And since then, we have been having conversation and practicing, exchanging ideas with each other. So, like, when did you think that I have to learn English?
When did I think about it? Basically, if I say why I'm learning this language, because the field which I want to go, right? In that field, English is like a compulsory over there. Basically, I'm preparing for serious examination, right? So for that, English plays a vital role over there. That is the first reason. And second, that is I was earlier kind of a very average student. So to inculcate some skills in myself, okay, so that's why I'm learning this language. That is the second reason. Getting it?
All right. That is the second reason.
Second reason.
You said that I was not good at academic.
Definitely. I have scored in my 10th class around 65%, and
All
in
right.
12th I got 60%. And in graduation I got 70%.
It is increasing, right?
Yeah, it is increasing.
All right, Harsh, as you are sharing about your percentage, so do you think that percentage matter in our life? Like when we uh, go further in our life when it comes to choosing careers, so does percentage matter? What do you think?
See, Sufi, if I say something about percent degree or percentage, right? So basically, it's depend upon the individuals first of all. If you're going for IIT or something, some examination, which there is percentage matters like IIM, right? Or some prestigious institution, so percentage matters a lot over there, right? But when it comes to if you're going to pursue different fields, so over there percentage does not matter. So it's totally depend upon the individuals, like in which sector they want to go. That's it.
Individuals or like in which sector they want to go, that's
Hmm.
what matters.
Definitely, definitely.
So, like, how long have you been learning Hertz, and what are the challenges you have faced so far? Can you share? Like, when you were beginner, what were the challenges you faced it, and how did you overcome it? First, you tell me the challenges. Yeah.
When you start learning something, definitely challenges come. Some uphill battles comes in your way. So basically, in when it comes to English, I face to make a conversation with others, right? That's the first challenge. And we feel some we feel underconfident because we don't have knowledge, we don't have idea about something because we are totally newcomer
So true.
in this language, right? So we just usually start giving up whatever we are learning. So that's what that's what thought came like in my mind in initial stage when I started learning this language. But after certain time, I have realized like if I'll give up everything, then what else I think I'll do? So I started to learning something. I've started to take a courage to go ahead for that. It does not matter like the other like my companion, right? Like speaking well. It does not matter for me. I just put my content whatever I have had earlier. So I just go with it, right?
Okay, you think that, yes, go ahead. Like, do you want to speak more?
No, no, whatever you want to say, just speak it.
Yeah, so you feel that if I will give up here, then what else am I gonna do that I'm going to do, right? So that's why you didn't give up. You keep trying, and that's beautiful. You know, the way you mentioned that whatever we are going to learn, obviously we are going to face the challenges. So if we will give up, then what will we do, right? So that's beautiful. So, like, okay, you didn't like you face the challenge, but how did you overcome it?
See, firstly, when it comes to English, right? We need certain thing to learn this language, right? So when it comes to English, right, we need a little bit knowledge of grammar and need
Mhm.
a kind of knowledge. Knowledge is like I feel that is the most important thing, right? So I have focused on that aspect that what thing is required, what's the requirement to learn this language. So I have recognized that is knowledge of like little bit tense or grammar section, then little bit general vocabs, and having a knowledge of a particular field, right? So
That's awesome.
I have recognized, then I start like working upon that. Then I recognize myself that what is my weak section, right?
Mhm.
And started working upon that. So day by day, I'm getting my mistake and I'm trying to improving it. Still on the path.
Yeah, I have realized it. You know, it's never ending process. Earlier, when I was a beginner, I was like, I didn't have the patience at all. I was out of desperation. I was taking a lot of courses, and I was thinking that within month, within 6 months, within, I mean, I was just making our time limit, and I was just like trying to buy a course so that I could improve my fluency. But it doesn't work at all unless you speak, unless you take action by yourself. So, like, I have realized it, like, just by taking it, nothing is going to work unless you do by yourself, right? So, okay, next question. You said that I have improved. First, I get to know that what is my weak section, right? And then you started working on it. So what was your weak section? Like,
Okay.
what was that?
When I figured out what my weak section, so I got that grammar basically, right?
No.
Vocab, confidence, knowledge is totally weak, which is totally epochal when it comes to learning this language. So firstly, I, rectified my grammar section. Then I started to conversation about general thing, about daily routine, like what's your daily schedule, something that like general thing. Then I switch into topics, issues, right?
Okay,
So it's
but
a kind of
mhm,
stage. It's a kind
it's
of stage that you have to.
exactly that we have to tackle it. So first you figure it out that I am weak in grammar section. So first I need to improve. Well, like, do you think, hers, that grammar really matters when it comes to having conversation?
See, Sufi, basically, we need something to learn this. We need something, some content, right? Some material, right? I know like grammars not matter, but this thing you will say after certain time when you realize that it's just a language. It's not a literature part or something that you need to mug up. But in initial, you have to focus upon the grammar section because you get a way to go ahead. So grammar is a way to get to go ahead. It's a way. That's
That's
what it is.
beautiful. That's awesome. You know, the way you mentioned it. See, like, earlier, what I was doing, I was just like watching a lot of videos related to grammar, or and through through that video, later on I get to speak, like how can I speak, and I was able to incorporate it into my speaking. So grammar matters, but but later on you realized it, right? And when it comes to having conversation, I would say if you know the basic grammar like tenses and modals and little bit, like that's all. It like have to go deeply into it, but yes, superficially, I mean basic grammar you have to learn, right?
Basically, what's the wrong with it to learning, to get some knowledge? What's the wrong with it? If you have knowledge, then it's okay now. It's not gonna waste.
Yeah,
That's it.
but people just get deeply get into it, and they think that I mean they get entangled into it. I mean, how should I tell you? Like, so that's what I would say in grammar
People
section,
get
and they
messed up.
yeah, and they don't, and they completely lose their confidence that I will never ever be able to converse in English. So they think like that. That's why I'm telling that go, don't go, don't read deep. Like yes, all right. So like, do you have question for me, Hertz?
Um,
It's
yes, I have. So I
yeah.
want to
Don't
know, like, okay, as you belongs from Jharkhand, right? So
yeah.
as we know that the education level or illiteracy rate is not high, right? So
Mm-hmm.
how you have you are improving your communication, because in the government school the education is not up to the mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how you have like crossed that, how you surpass that section when it comes to
How?
communication, when it comes to language? Yeah. What thing have you applied to improve your communication?
All right. Well, I'm still working on it. What are the things I have applied to improve my communication skill? Well, nowadays in every hand you can find out mobile phone, right? So I would say through mobile phone I have learned all the things. Um, it could be learning the language like English, or it could be communication. So I have learned all the things through mobile phone. And as you are telling me that in every school you won't find, even in private school you won't find a teacher who will make you speak in English, and they themselves don't speak. So how will you develop English, English language, right? So through mobile, I would say, yeah. And nowadays,
Okay.
anybody can do that. It doesn't matter if they belong to the rural areas or urban areas. If you have a mobile phone, then you have everything. You can access
But
everything.
still, but
Yeah.
still that even though if you have advantage of technology, but still the environment you have surrounded with, right? Most of the time your friend blames that why you are becoming a kind of foreigner or अंग्रेज क्यों बन रहे हो. So how do you
Oh,
tackle that with
exactly.
that thing? Because environment matters a lot, as we know.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Yeah, I have got such uh, answers like why are you like becoming foreigners? Like I have got such answers. So what did I do? I had started learning in I think during COVID. So that was the biggest advantage for me. When I was learning, nobody we didn't have to go to school nowhere, right? So I was just practicing with myself, and I was recording a bit, and I was just seeing that where am I making mistake, and I was just rectifying it. That's what I would say. And when it comes to the online platform, then I don't think so, like anyone would encourage you in offline mode. They definitely they are going to do why are you becoming encouraged, but online I have got a friend like you who are very serious, and like who are very serious towards practicing. So like you, I have got so many friends, and through them I have improved, yeah, I would say.
Okay.
How about you?
So how about
Yes.
me? Firstly, I've started to learning this language from those skill application, and I appreciate that application. It helped me a lot. A lot means a lot. And
Wow.
with with that application, I got you. and like couples of people from that platform. So that's the first first thing. Okay. And also I have sounded with some friends, okay, who are very keen to learn English language. So I took a help of my friends. That's it.
Okay, you took help from your friends who were serious towards learning this language, right? And
Yeah.
through them, like we have
Yeah.
improved. um, And as you mentioned earlier, that it's never ending process. Obviously, we
It's
are
not
going
an
to learn
process.
a lot of things, right? So, let me see. It's 18 minutes. So, Hers, like, do you wanna extend it or should we stop here?
And one more question. If you're discussing some
Yeah,
topic, so one more thing that is, uh,
yeah.
as we said, our method, but we aren't said about that what's thing that people are doing wrong to learning this language, right?
Yeah,
So I
that's
want
beautiful.
that thing I want to know from your side. Will I
Okay,
say
I'm
or you
sorry.
say? Will
Yeah,
I say
yeah.
or you?
No, first you share your ideas. What are the wrong things they are doing, and then I'll share mine. Yeah.
Okay. If I say about people do mistake, right? So that's a
Uh-huh.
very good thing. And after they once they starting doing mistake, okay, they gather all the mistakes, but they start giving up. So that's the first wrong thing. If you have collected your mistake, then start working upon it. Start rectifying upon it.
Yeah,
First thing,
exactly.
right? And second thing, don't listen everybody because nowadays era of YouTube, someone is watching movies, reading newspaper, reading novels. But first of all, see yourself, see your capability and potential that in which section you are lacking, right? If you go with novel and newspaper, like the Hindus and Times of India, so like it has such content like which we aren't able to read out, right? In initial stage. So we have to focus upon the initial, like we have to make our basic first. Then we need to switch upon the novels and newspaper and watching movies, right? So first of all, you have to
Exactly.
realize your capacity or potential,
Wow,
right?
so true. Yeah. First,
That's two things. First, that is after gathering your mistake, start working upon it instead of giving up. First thing. And second, that is don't go for the higher, right?
yeah, yeah,
If you want to take off from the land, so you should be prepared. You should check your fuel, every engines, right? Then
exactly.
start taking off. Without knowing your
Yeah,
engine, how could you trying to fly in the sky, right? That's what I'm trying to say,
that's awesome
right?
example. Yeah.
Yeah.
First, they must know
So
the level.
definitely, that's two thing like. I wanted to share. That's it.
That's awesome. Like you have given a beautiful idea that first thing which they do is when they make mistake, they try to give up. Oh, like I'm not going to continue it. I'm making a lot of mistakes. They feel discouraged, right? They feel that I'm loser. I mean, they started to criticize themselves and they forget. I mean, they stop doing it. So first thing which they don't have to do is stop criticizing
Giving up.
and
Hmm.
sec- and giving up. Yeah. Second, um, don't compare. Second thing, like you said, that first you know your level. Without preparing yourself, you started to read newspaper. Like obviously you will leave it completely. Like when we go to the gym first day, they don't give us like 50 kg, you have to lift up 50 kg, no, right? First they'll start from basic. So in the same way we have to, like when it comes to English, we have to apply the same thing. First you complete the basic thing and then you go for like upper level. Initially don't start reading newspaper, don't start from newspaper, because the kind of word they use, it's like you won't understand it all. Yeah, like beginners, they can't understand it. So yes,
Definitely.
and whatever the things works for them, just do it. For example, like when it comes to me, I I listen a lot. I consume a lot of content like podcasts and like movies, a lot of things, So it works for me, and through this, I get to learn a lot of things. So if whatever the things works for you, if you like reading, read it. If you like to listening podcast, if you like to consume podcast, or if you like to watch movies, just do it. Whatever the things works for you. Yeah, it's not like this. If somebody is telling you to particular thing, then you have to stick with that. No, like if you start feeling bored, then you'll quit it in between, and you won't enjoy it at all. So first find out that whatever the things you enjoy, if you enjoy watching cooking, or then watch videos related to cooking. So that's what like they have to do, so that they could enjoy while learning this language. So that's what I would
Definitely,
say.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I totally agree with you. Because the main motto is to store the knowledge in your mind. If you're
Yeah.
watching something, if you're reading something, the main motto is to store the knowledge here, right? That's it.
Yeah, we have to just um train our mind to think, to activate the word sentences in our mind, so that while having conversation it will come to us naturally. We don't have to force ourselves much. So first they have to add input, then only it will come, then only output will come, right? So
Definitely,
we have to consume English content, and that's how they'll flourish, they'll enjoy it, right?
definitely, definitely.
So do you want to add more things, Harsh?
Do I want? Mm,
Yeah.
in what context?
In what context? Like, yeah, like related to English only. Or we can
Relative to
wind up
English,
here.
there is no need like to add on whatever you said, right? We don't
Uh-huh.
need to like, what I say. There is an idiom kind of thing that stop. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able
Yeah,
to
please.
recall that.
No
Able
problem,
to
no
recall,
problem. Like it
right?
happens.
Like stop pushing around the bit. Like घुमा फिरा कर बात मत करो. So whatever you said,
Ah,
whatever you spoke out is totally relevant when it comes to English, right?
yeah,
So I don't want to add on more because it's will sound a kind of superfluous,
super. Okay. Yeah,
right?
that's enough.
Which is not requirement.
Which is not
That's what I mean.
required. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So
got
that's
it,
it.
got it. Yeah.
That's it.
So whatever the things you have mentioned, and the way you raised the question, it was fabulous, Hearts. You talked about the reason, that what are the reason they should do. They, they should stop doing it, and what are the things they should do. So that was fabulous, and as always, like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed having conversation with you, and I am like excited to do many more sessions like this. That's all.
Thank you,
Thank
Sophie,
you.
for giving me this
Mhm.
opportunity. I felt good during this whole conversation,
But
right? And I felt blessed today that I got this opportunity to having the conversation.
it's mine. Pleasure, pleasure. And we'll do many more sessions like this. So bye
For
bye,
sure, for sure.
Hearts. Thank
Bye
you
bye.
for coming. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.